Howdy folks, it's the BirdDogg again. I am live on board the USS Constellation, running on very low battery power, but we're going to try and do the tour live anyway and hope for the best. So with that said, let's do a little tour of the USS Constellation. Howdy Michael. I'm on board the USS Constellation here in Baltimore, running on low battery power, but I'm going to try and give you a little tour while I can. Make our way back here to the wheelhouse. Where are you at today, Michael? Cleveland, Tennessee. Hey now. It's pretty close to my stomping grounds there, buddy. I'm wishing I was back in Tennessee myself right now, but I'm not. Maybe tomorrow, huh? This ship's pretty amazing. I've been on, this is the fourth warship I've been on today. Been on a submarine, Coast Guard cutter, and a lighthouse ship. So been a pretty neat maritime touring day. Let's go down below decks and see if we can even see down there. It's awful dark. We got the crew. It's a two-man crew on the Constellation these days. This boat was built in 1856, I believe is what we said. I believe I'm supposed to go down these backwards according to them, but we'll only do that once. Check it out. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. Artillery. This boat was used as a blockade runner, I think, or actually a blockade ship. They blockaded against the Confederates, which I guess it talks about that here on some of these plaques. But they did a lot of blockade running down south, I think, in the Caribbean, the Mediterranean maybe. All these cannons were dedicated to the memory of certain people. I guess they paid for the cannons to be here. Surprised at how open the deck area is here. Kind of interesting to me. Got your average victuals for the boys to keep them going. Tobacco, molasses, vinegar, sauerkraut. Pretty cool. I need one of those cannons. I need all the cannons, personally, is what I'm after. We had them a little griddle here. They could cook. This is like a big wood stove, big massive wood stove in here. We know all about those down in Tennessee, don't we? I'd like to have a big wood stove like that positioned outside the house, blowing in. That would be good. Oh, we got another viewer. We're on the USS Constellation now, looking at cannons. Been a big maritime day here in Baltimore, Maryland. This is kind of neat. The masthead runs all the way into the front of the ship. I would not have suspected that. This is actually the masthead running out the bow of the ship. This is the bowsprit, courtesy Lockheed Martin. Who knew? They were in the wooden shipbuilding business. They did a lot of restoration to this ship, evidently, back in the 80s, judging by the clothing. It's amazing to me to be able to check out all these ships today and think about the service of sailors throughout the history of this country and the hardships they endured as they were out serving our country. Look here. Here's a swab. This is what they'd swab the barrels of the cannons out with. They do that so there was no hot embers left in there, so when they loaded the next round, the next cannonball wouldn't explode on them. Kind of interested in this very far end down here. Looks like there's a big stateroom or something down there. There's the arms chest. Probably had a few cannoning balls in there. Restoration in progress. The bilge and fire pump. Check this out. Had handles on either side. And I guess 4 to, who knows, maybe 8 men would man these pumps. Pump these up and down. Pump water out of the ship. Here's the capstan, C-A-P-S-T-A-N, and this was used for all sorts of tasks on the boat, raising the anchor, raising different parts of the mast, things like that. We got a cannonball replica here. That's a bowling ball. I don't know why they stuck a Columbia bowling ball on here. It's not a very generous reproduction, but reproduction nonetheless. This is the captain's cabin. This is where the big dog hung out. Let's see. Commodore Henry K. Thatcher and Captain Henry S. Stellwagen were the only 2 men who occupied this cabin ever. He had a really swanky place, man. Check this out. Here's the pantry. He had china, little bottles, canned goods. Captain's office. Beautiful. Got him a little clock. What is this? Oh, it's a wet weather bulb. It says fair, very dry. Rain. Stormy. That's the barometer, I suppose. You could measure the barometric pressure. A part washroom on the port side of the ship, or the left side. I would imagine there to be a head in there. Nice little cabinet area. Hi, Lynn. It's captain's cabin here in the back of the USS Constellation. I imagine this is the starboard side washroom. Bathroom number 2 for the captain. Captain had 2 bathrooms because you just never know how urgent you're gonna have to go if you're on the left or the right side of the ship. Here we have the captain's stateroom. The captain, I'm sure, had the swankiest room on this boat. That is very fancy furniture, even by today's standards. Really cool. Ah, to be the captain, huh? He had little windows even so he could look out here. Navy officer's hutch is what we see in here. Beautiful. Let's move on below decks. Hopefully the phone reception will hold out better than it did on the submarine for the live feed we did from that. If you guys didn't check that out, be sure and check it out. Also, I want to take a quick mention and remind everybody to subscribe and like the videos. 75% of my video views are from non-subscribers, so it's a little odd. I'm trying to figure it out with my buddy Zach Bird. We're trying to do some numbers games. It's really dark in here, but this is the crew's berth. You see there's parts of the bilge pump we were looking at up above. These are pipes. I know it's really dark in here. I'm looking through the screen of the phone. I'm sorry about that, guys, but doing the best I can with it. Back in here we have the dispensary, where the medical professional, as it were. Hi, Carrie. I'm on the Constellation here in Baltimore. But this is where the medical things were dispensed. I'm sure lots of lime lime was distributed amongst the men to keep the scurvy down. Things like that. Battery's running really low, so we might lose this feed here in a few minutes, but we're gonna try and wrap it up pretty quick. Here's the hammocks. All these hammocks is where the crew would sleep. We'll move through here because it's very dark. I'll move up here to the bow of the ship. Here we see one of the masts. You can just barely make it out. It comes all the way through. This will be some sort of officer's quarters. Some nice amputation sets they have on display. Medical supplies. There's a tourniquet. Some bone saws down here. This talks about the decks being slippery with blood. Pretty neat stuff. I just thought you guys might enjoy coming along. I was gonna shoot a full video in here, but figured we might as well just catch it live. Catch it on the go. That's less editing for me. I'm gonna try and make my way back up to a light area where we can see what's going on. Sure thing, Michael. Thanks for coming along for a minute. I'll come back up here to the cannon deck. Look around for another minute. Try and wrap it up before long. Still got a long day ahead of me. I may be in Tennessee again by tonight if my luck plays out. But I really appreciate you guys coming along. Checking out some historic maritime ships with the BirdDogg today. I know this is another short, kind of dirty BirdDogg video, but it's what you get these days. It's how it goes in the fast-paced life of a Tennessee man. But let's look around one more time up here on the deck for Carrie and everybody. Thank you, Lynn. I appreciate all of you guys so much for being here. I really do. You guys are really the only reason I even do these videos anymore, is just for you guys. I've been shooting a lot of video for myself and enjoying, just kind of enjoying myself, if you know what I mean. So there's the other ships I went on earlier. The light ship Chesapeake, the submarine Tursk, and the Coast Guard cutter Taney is on the other side of that, which I did a video tour of, which I'll have to go home and edit up. So thank you guys again for coming along. If you're ever here in Baltimore, I highly recommend coming down to the waterfront. Hi, Big Red. Howdy, hi. You're kind of catching the tail end of this stream. I'm here in Baltimore. It's a beautiful day, so just wanted to share some of what I'm seeing with you guys. I'm on board the USS Constellation, built in 1856. Just checking it out. If you guys are coming in late to the stream, just go ahead and rewind it here. Enjoy the sights, enjoy the views. These masts are absolutely beautiful, all of the rope work. It's hard to imagine all of the thought and engineering that went into keeping a vessel like this afloat, and the sacrifices that the soldiers and sailors of the day made. And we've done kind of a neat historic tour of that over the course of the day and imagined the hardships that these sailors faced. So I really appreciate you guys. I hope you have a great day in the life. I hope you're out doing something you love, and if you're not out doing something you love, get out and do something you love. I really appreciate you guys. Have a great day in the life. We'll see you next time. Good Lord, she's boarding. Get one of these pins and hit her. Knock her out. That's a really unconventional entrance into the boat, man. I like it. Kind of, we're doing some sort of restoration. Cool. What kind of restoration are you doing?
Nothing too exciting.
Yeah?
Well, maybe it is a little exciting to you. We have a leak in the bottom. And tomorrow we're expecting a diver to come help us patch it up. So in order for him to find it, you know, it's really dark down there.
Yeah.
So we take a line and earlier today, I was in a little boat, and we took the line like all the way under keel haul.
The thing. Yeah.
So we did the one, and now there's a leak like at the next gun port. So now I'm trying to rig up something that after he looks at that one, we can
roll it up, and he has a reference. Yeah. You got the diver tied down there, then keel hauling him until he finds it. He'll stay down there.
He likes it down there because he can hold on to the rope, you know.
Really cool.
What I'm doing.
So how do they go about passing it?
Well, I mean, it's either a seam that kind of blows out with caulking, or you know, a fastener or something, a round thing. But either way, if it's a caulking thing, he actually goes down there and caulks. Open end. Wow. And then we put like roofing tar over the area, and then we put like a lead patch. So he has to hammer all that. It's cool. I know. I can't believe he does this. And
it's pretty amazing. As a kid, I grew up reading all the Hornblower series. I don't know if you're familiar with any.
I've never read them, to tell you the truth.
Well, there's like, you know,
a million of them.
Sailing vessels were like my dream as a kid, and then I grew up and went into the Coast Guard and sailed around for a long time.
Oh, there you go.
I've always kind of had a fascination with wooden ships.
Yeah, nice.
And the men who were on them.
Well, that's cool that you actually went to the Coast Guard.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have much choice. My dad was in 40 years. It felt like I didn't have a choice, but I loved it. It was the best job I ever hated.
Really?
You know? I mean,
right. Yeah, so, same here.
Yeah, but well, I appreciate all the work you guys are doing.
Thank you. I appreciate you coming and appreciating it all. Thank you.
Keep after it. Take care. Thank you, guys. Have a good afternoon. Uh-oh. I'm still live streaming. Thanks for the heads up, Lynn. Live from BirdDogg's back pocket. Sorry about that, Lynn. So this is the addendum. This is the extra bonus content, kind of like you get on the hydraulic press channel, except I won't be pressing any Play-Doh figures. I don't think. Oh yeah, I am at the exit through the gift shop. They always exit you through the gift shop. All right, Lynn, you're probably the only one hanging on after. Well, there's still 3 of you. Live from BirdDogg's back pocket. I'm off into the wilds and hopefully back to Tennessee. Have a great day, everybody. Love you guys. Bye-bye.